5 minutes, mic check. 5 minutes, mic check. Minutes to the zone. Strap yourselves in. You are now in the zone. The defending champs try to make it back with a win over NYC. DC needs a win and the Corsair loss. Baltimore wins. They host a playoff game next week. Dallas needs a win and a Baltimore loss to host. Orlando needs a win over the Pride, plus LA and Houston losses. For the Sharks, it's simple. Win or go home against rival OKC. Houston and Minneapolis clash for the first time with a number 3 seed on the line. Get ready for an experience unlike any other. Get ready for SFL Red Zone. Good evening, everybody. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine. Tonight, around the league, for the first time in SFL history, we will take you from game to game to game to game, putting 1 games on the screen, 2, 3, 4, 6 on the screen at once for your entertainment as we take you around the Simulation Football League. Week 12 is here, and it could not be bigger. It could not be more tremendous. Tonight, plenty on the line. We'll be breaking down the storylines. We're going to go out first to Buffalo, where Queen City and NYC are going to get underway first. The Corsairs need a victory. That's all they need. In fact, they can even get in the playoffs with a loss if DC loses tonight as well against Baltimore. Don't worry. You're going to see every kickoff. You're going to see every meaningful moment all night long, all across the SFL family of networks, or all across the SFL family of channels here on Red Zone, I guess I should get used to saying, as Daniel Garcia and the Corsairs and Sailors are warming up. While they're doing that, we take some time to say good evening to all of you live on YouTube for the first time in our league history. We are just hoping everything goes according to plan tonight. So far, so good, I would say. And you guys will have to let me know how you are enjoying yourselves throughout the night. Don't forget, the SFL postgame show follows this right here on YouTube. Same format as normal.
The Sailors will make the selection. What is the call?
We want heads.
So NYC will call the toss. They win the toss. They will receive the football. We're starting our action tonight here in the Red Zone with NYC and Buffalo and Queen City. There are the scores at the bottom of your screen. Those are going to stay there all night long. We'll keep you updated. You're not going to miss any big plays whatsoever. We'll keep you updated on the status of all the games all throughout the night. Kick it! Part 1 for Queen City as they knock it to Spurgeon on the return up to the 27-yard line. So NYC coming in down on their luck, 3-8, out of the playoffs. They've lost a couple of stingers in recent weeks, just have not been able to put it together in the close games down the stretch. Lost to DC 13-20, lost to Louisville 24-32, Cleveland 35-41 in double overtime. They have just had 3 of the last 4 grueling losses, and that can make the difference sometimes between 3-8 and the playoffs. Philo Celestino takes the gain for nothing, and now we're kicking off in Dallas. Cleveland and Dallas will get underway. We will join Queen City and NYC later, as NYC will have a 2nd down and 10 at the 25-yard line. So here's the scoop for Dallas. Obviously, they weren't sure that they were going to have this opportunity this week, but they got it with Cleveland upsetting Baltimore last week. It was quite incredible, the feat that Cleveland was able to pull off, forcing that fumble of Elliott Snyder on the goal line. And that kept Dallas in it. Dallas got a victory over Carolina. They slugged it out. And now Dallas tonight needs a win and some help to host Baltimore. It's going to be the Roughnecks and the Crabs regardless coming in. And it's just a matter of who is going to host that game. NYC and Queen City are underway. Cleveland and Dallas are getting ready to go here tonight. Hope you guys are liking it so far. This is Red Zone. Obviously going to be off to a bit of slow start as we kick off around the SFL, but I can assure you things are going to get real crazy real fast around here. So let's all take this time to relax and just enjoy the moment. Kick it! ×2 As Cleveland boots it away, Dallas will receive the opening kickoff. Travis Boychuk on the return. Decent return there up to the 29-yard line. Dallas is 7-4, won 24-14 last week. Rocco Marconi, 275.5 yards a game. We're now going to go double box with Dallas and Cleveland. 1st and 10 at the 29 for Dallas. 1st and 10 at the 29 for Queen City. NYC went 3 and out. They had to punt the ball away on their opening possession. Daniel Garcia will fire it out to T.E. Haynes, who makes a man miss. 1st down the field, the 45-yard line. A pickup of 16 yards for Queen City. As Marconi starts off, Dallas with a 1st down pass to the 42-yard line. That is Travis Boychuk on the receiving end. Pickup of 13 for Dallas, and both Queen City and the Roughnecks are firing here early. So Daniel Garcia is out of the shotgun at the 45. And that pass is caught again at the NYC 43. Mike Davis getting his first carry of the night down at the bottom of your picture, picks up 2 to the 44. Daniel Garcia off to an electric 2-for-2 start on Queen City's opening drive. The other 4 games have not kicked off just yet, so if you're just getting here, you haven't missed anything if you're not seeing your game on the screen. Daniel Garcia will throw again, this time knocked away. Nice defense there by NYC. 2nd down and 10, play action from Marconi. That pass is caught. That is, I believe, Boychuk again, a pickup of 7 yards. We're now going out to Los Angeles where the Sharks and Renegades are kicking off. LA wearing their Shark Attack uniforms tonight against their rivals. The Red Get-Ups, Oklahoma City in their traditional road uniforms. Renegades are out but have a chance to play spoiler. All the Sharks need to do is get a victory, and they're in. A loss drops them out of contention. It's the first Teal Conference game getting underway tonight as we go through the introductions. How's it looking for you guys out there in Red Zone land? Obviously, this is our first live stream of YouTube and our first Red Zone as well. So understand there may be some kinks and bugs that we will be able to work out in time for the start of Season 8, which starts January 15th, 2017.
Please make your call.
We want tails.
It is heads.
Real kick.
Of one toss, it's a kick.
So the Sharks will kick it away to OKC. The Renegades will begin with the football tonight. And I get to say this 6 times tonight. How cool is that? Los Angeles has the ball on the tee, and kick it. We're underway. From the 10-yard line, Malone up to the 29, and that's where the Renegades will start with their offensive possession. Orlando and Tallahassee is also now kicking off. Our 4th game to kick off this evening. The Pride are out. Orlando needs a win, and they need losses also from Los Angeles and Houston to get in the playoffs. So Orlando needs a win and a lot of help on the road against a rival. That is no easy task.
Nails it in.
We want the ball.
The Iron have won the toss.
The choppiness may be on our end in terms of the quality of this video. Obviously, with so many files that we have to load here tonight, so many games, so many windows, so many screens, we may experience some choppiness. Hopefully, it's not too bad, and hopefully, it's something that can be manageable. Tallahassee kicks it away. And Clark on the return to the 22. So Orlando will get started on offense with the football. No scores yet here in the early stages of the red zone. Minneapolis and Houston now kicking off from Wolfram and Hart Coliseum. This is the craziest matchup of them all. The winner gets the 3 seed. Both Houston and Minneapolis potentially could be out by the end of this evening if they don't lock up a win, depending upon who else plays tonight. So this game, obviously, probably the most important game on the red zone schedule, if you can even pick and choose.
Give us heads.
Houston in their all whites tonight.
Good kick.
White jerseys and pants. Minneapolis in the red jerseys. Yellow pants, yellow helmets. Houston will get things started. The only game that has not kicked off so far is DC and Baltimore. I'm sure we'll be heading out there shortly. Houston's got the ball on the tee. And the Hyenas will kick it. Koma Kaleka is the return man for the Maulers. Past the 5-yard line, 20, 25. Good return from Kaleka. He's slammed down at the 32. And we've got a big play alert, the first of the night. And let's check that out. It's Philo Celestino on the carry on 2nd down and 4. A big gain for NYC that we missed during all the kickoffs. The Sailors get the ball up to the 35-yard line, so NYC is in pretty decent shape. The Sailors actually started the drive from their own 3-yard line as they got pushed back by a Queen City punt. 4 games on your screen now as a lot of action is underway. Doug Bose takes a swing pass up the top left of the screen is Houston, Minneapolis. Top right is OKC in LA. Bottom left is NYC, Queen City, and bottom right is Cleveland, Dallas. We're going to go to Orlando and Tallahassee now as Orlando is fighting down the field. Zach Parker takes the handoff past midfield. Zach Parker is inside the 40. Parker is broken free on Orlando's opening possession. It's an Intimidator touchdown. Zach Parker's got our first points of the night. And we head back to other action. We'll go double box now with Cleveland, Dallas, Houston, Minneapolis. Minneapolis has a 3rd down and 13 to pay attention to. Dallas is in Cleveland territory at the 46-yard line. So Zach Parker gets Orlando on the board first as the Intimidators were threatening to get into Pride territory, but ended up getting a touchdown quickly. As Marconi will drop back to pass. Pass is caught by Iba down to the Cleveland 33. Minneapolis' pass is incomplete, so the Houston defense holds, and the Maulers will have to punt it away. Now to Oklahoma City and LA, where it's a 1st and 10 for the Renegades at the 34-yard line. Los Angeles and OKC have each punted already in this game. And Red Feather drops back to pass, fires it down the field, 6-killer to midfield. And that's the first real sign of offense between the Renegades and the Sharks from California. Our last game to kick off, DC and Baltimore. We head out to Old Bay Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, where the Crabs and Dragons are about to do a battle. Baltimore just needs a win to secure the number 2 seed. A loss plus a Dallas win gives Dallas the number 2 seed. DC needs a win and a Queen City loss tonight. Orlando's extra point was good, 7-0 Intimidators on top of Tallahassee in the first quarter. So as we get the starting lineups for Baltimore and DC, we head down to the coin toss.
Good to see you.
You guys ready?
Dragons in their White Lotus Society uniforms, trying to keep themselves alive for a postseason run.
Good kick.
Baltimore in their traditional red jerseys. It's the last game to kick off on the SFL Red Zone, which means it's our last chance to breathe tonight. Baltimore will kick it away to DC. And the Dragons will try to get the night started off right. Baltimore, kick it! We're underway. All 6 games underway as Nelson returns up to the 30-yard line for the Dragons. We've got another big play alert around the SFL. This time we go to Dallas, where Rocco Marconi fires it down the field and the pass is dropped and off the hands. Dallas had an opportunity to get in the red zone. They will not. Out of field goal range, the Roughnecks will have to punt. Double box now, Orlando and Tallahassee, as the Pride are in Orlando territory after surrendering that early touchdown. It's a 2nd and 8 at the Orlando 48 for the Pride. And for Houston, they are in Mahler territory. 1st and 10 at the Minneapolis 48 with 8:43 to go in the first after that early stop on defense, which you saw that 3rd and 13 knockdown. Darnell Black takes the handoff, and Black picks up 3 yards. Darnell Black needs just a few yards to get over the 2,000-yard mark, which has never been done in SFL history. 133 yards is needed. Back to Cleveland and Dallas. The Roughnecks pinned the Vipers down at around the 6-yard line. Marcus Allen Bose, the Cleveland running back, with the pickup there. A pickup of 3. 2nd down and 7 at the Cleveland 9. About halfway through the first quarter in this one, a scoreless ball game. 2 in the backfield for Cleveland. Mario Savage will drop the pass, nearly sacked, and the pass is tipped up in the air, and Scott King caught the pass! Scott King is in the open field, and Cleveland will score! On the tip pass, Mario Savage just got the football away, and Scott King, a tremendous play made down the field. This ball sails in one-on-one coverage on Savage. June Fierro had the opportunity with the interception. It bounces right into Scott King's hands, and the Cleveland Vipers have a 6-0 advantage on the road in Dallas. While we were in Dallas, big play alert in D.C. and Baltimore. Deep pass from Cody Cantrell is caught by P.T. Peterson. The Dragons have moved into crab territory at the 40. We now go to a triple screen. D.C. and Baltimore, there you see, is a 3rd down and 2 at the 32. Now has a 1st down in scoring position. Houston is faced with a 3rd and 17 at the Mahler 45. And Tallahassee is in scoring position at the Orlando 46. Is the chop any better now, guys? It may have been something that I did. DC Dragons inside the red zone, down to the 19. Good run from Dion Hawkins, the back for the Dragons. 3rd down and 17, and Steve Abuaji's pass is incomplete, so the Mahler defense gets a stop. Meanwhile, Alexander West out to Dwayne Lane, past the 25 down to the 22. And now we go into the red zone for DC and Baltimore at the 19-yard line. And off to Dion Hawkins inside the 10. Hawkins down to the 6. Yeah, it may have been something that I did, guys, on my end. This obviously takes some bigger operations than our traditional broadcast, so I am adjusting throughout the night. Big play alert. While the DC Dragons are fighting for the first points in that game, Murdoch Mox slings a pass down the field, and Cam Michael picks it off. OKC is at the LA 32 halfway through that quarter, and we now have multiple teams in the SFL red zone. 1st and goal at the 6 for DC, and Dion Hawkins is blasted. The Renegades are now inside the 20 with a 1st down at the 17, and Tallahassee's got a 1st and goal at the 10, completes the pass down to the 5. So a 2nd and goal at the 8 for DC, 1st and 10 at the 17 for the Renegades, 2nd and goal at the 5 for the Pride. All 3 teams in the red zone as Dion Hawkins again is slammed down to the line of scrimmage. Baltimore's defense doing a nice job inside the 10, the league's #1 ranked defense this year. Trying to put in work and hold the Dragons to 3. There's a flag on the play in Florida. And it's a 2nd and inches for OKC at the 7. 5 minutes into that ball game. And that pass is complete and short. Nelson with the reception, but DC will have to kick a field goal. Pete Brewski's got a 1st and goal for the Renegades. Remember, they got into the red zone off of a Cam Michael interception. First turnover of the game between the Renegades and Sharks. 2nd and goal from the 2 for Tallahassee. They are trying to answer an Orlando touchdown. By the way, that Cleveland extra point was good. It's 7-0 Vipers over the Roughnecks. Dwayne Lane will not get in. 3rd and goal at the 1. DC is on the board. It's 3-0 Dragons over Baltimore with 5:51 to go. So we'll just take you to the 2 games that are, now actually we got another team in the red zone as Pete Bruschi will be stood up at the 6-yard line. Dallas is near the red zone at the Cleveland 21, trailing 7-0 here late in the first quarter. And the handoff to Lane, didn't get in. 4th and goal for Tallahassee. We've seen a couple of nice defensive stands. 2nd and goal from the 6 for OKC. Red Feathers pass to the sideline is caught down to the 2. No score in LA, but the Renegades are threatening. Michael Boyer with that last catch. Dallas has a 2nd and 4 at the 15. Tallahassee will have to kick the field goal. Handoff to Mike Davis, bottom of your screen. Mike Davis inside the 10 and gets beamed at the 7-yard line, but Dallas has a 1st and goal. Tallahassee's kick is good. The Pride are on the board. It's 7-3 in the Battle of Florida. 3rd and goal at the 2 for OKC. As you take a look at an instant replay of Mike Davis. Red Feather back to pass. Steps into the pocket. Fires. Caught for an OKC touchdown. That's Tiberius Bovine with the score. And the Renegades are on the board on the road. We go double sim now. Queen City and NYC. Let's check back in with them. 1st and 10 at the Sailor 24. That game is already in the 2nd quarter. Scoreless as both offenses are struggling. 1st and 10 at midfield for the Maulers in a scoreless game in that one as well. T.E. Haynes takes the carry for no gain. So let's take a breath after all of those red zone scores. The Renegades are up 7-0 on the Sharks. Orlando has a 7-3 lead over Tallahassee. Cleveland is up 7-0. Dallas is still threatening in the red zone, and we'll get back to them in just a moment. And DC is up on Baltimore 3-0. Couple of scoreless games on the screen right now as Garcia goes to the end zone and overshot his intended target. 3rd down and 10 for the Corsairs. They are in scoring position. Mac Wavy Jr. fires an outside pass caught by Jalen Miller. It is shy of the 1st down. 3rd down and 1. 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter in Minneapolis. Glad the chop cleared up. I want to go back to that Baltimore defense that we mentioned. The Baltimore defense giving up just 21.9 points per game. That's 1st in the SFL. 4th in total defense, giving up just 365.5 yards per game. Doug Bose on a swing pass has a 1st down. And the Maulers, a big gain down to the Houston 23-yard line. Daniel Garcia's pass is incomplete. Looks like the Corsairs will have to settle for a field goal from A.J. Shipp. Mac Wavy Jr. is 7 of 9 here in the first quarter passing. So while we have a moment, let's go to all 6 games. All 6 games in action as we get an update around the league. Mike Dazzo's pass is caught at the Baltimore 43-yard line. And as I'm taking a peek and looking around, it looks like Dallas did get into the end zone. I don't know how we missed that touchdown. 7-7 with 2:37 to go in the first. So the Roughnecks answer and are on the board through the pandemonium. We just missed that one. Queen City's field goal is good from 41 yards away. And now we're going to take you solely to D.C. and Baltimore, where it's a 3rd down and 4. And a deep ball from Mike Dazzo is picked off by Dominique Porter. Porter returned past the 45, up to the 46-yard line. And the Dragons not only have a 3-0 lead, but they now have the football again. Now to Wolfram and Hart Coliseum, where it's 2nd and 7 at the 20. The Maulers have entered the red zone. Mac Wavy Jr. fires it outside, and that's a pickup of 9. Jalen Miller with the catch down to the Hyena 14-yard line. So the Maulers are the first team in this matchup knocking on the door. The first quarter has nearly come to a close. And both of these high-powered offenses are scoreless, each team with a sack so far in the quarter. Out of the I formation for Mac Wavy Jr. and the Mauler offense. Jalen Miller's at the bottom of the screen on 3rd down and short. Wavy Jr. will fire it to the end zone. The pass is caught for a touchdown. Was that in fact caught? Let's get a look at the replay. Mac Wavy Jr. fires. I didn't see a foot in bounds. We'll keep you posted if there's a challenge on that play. The Renegades just received a punt from LA, up 7-0 at the OKC 36. I just don't think that was a touchdown from Jalen Miller. 1st and 10 for the Pride at the 12, with 26 seconds to go, down 7-3, and DC is back into Baltimore territory. I am getting alerted that there was, in fact, no challenge at all on that touchdown catch by Jalen Miller, and the extra point is good. So the Maulers take a 7-0 lead on a questionable touchdown as Dion Hawkins rumbles ahead for a first down. 43 yards on 7 carries for Hawkins so far at the 40-yard line. Renegades have a 2nd down and 9, and there you see Nick Nitro, 5 tackles already. He has been playing tremendous football for Orlando as of late. This is SFL Red Zone for the first time. Offside free play against Baltimore. Hawkins will take it up to the 35-yard line. OKC will now have a 3rd down and 3 at the OKC 43-yard line. End of the first quarter in Tallahassee. Orlando has a 7-3 lead. Remember, Orlando needs to win and needs losses by Los Angeles and Houston tonight. Pass down the field for OKC is incomplete, so LA's defense holds. That'll be a punt for the Renegades. Triple box with DC Baltimore top left, NYC Queen City top right, and Cleveland Dallas at the bottom. Dallas is near midfield with a minute to go in the first. Queen City has a 3-0 lead in the football, and the Dragons are trying to threaten up 3-0. It's been a sluggish first quarter for the Baltimore offense. How are we doing out there so far? Did the buffer or did the choppiness get better? Happy to have all of our friends and hopefully some new faces here tonight on SFL Red Zone. A reminder that the playoffs begin Wednesday, October 26th at 6 Central, 7 Eastern with a doubleheader back on Twitch TV. And the 7th SFL Championship game is Saturday, November 5th. 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Dragons. It's 2nd down and 1 for Queen City, and the handoff to Mike Davis, bottom of the screen. He spins back inside, and Davis has a first down at the Cleveland 41. We're now going to go out to Los Angeles, where the Sharks have the football back again. 1st and 10 at the LA 22 with 1:56 to go in the first quarter. Out of the eye, Parkey Chol takes the handoff. Parkey Chol spins away from one, back inside. Parkey Chol made a man miss. Parkey Chol putting people on skates inside the 20. 10, touchdown LA. Now a big play alert while we were at Los Angeles. Alexander West fires down the field. That pass was picked off. Isaac Wallace with the interception and got some terrific blocks and got all the way down to the Tallahassee 34-yard line. So Parkey Chol, the little dynamo, puts the Sharks on the board. It's 7-6 on their first play of that drive after getting the punt. 4 games now as DC is in the red zone on Dion Hawkins' run to the 18. Houston is in Mauler territory. Orlando is in Tallahassee territory. And Dallas is back in Viper territory. End of the first quarter in Baltimore, 3-0 DC. Oh, I can already tell I'm going to need a few breathers tonight. DR Sim with a big catch as you see it on replay. We've got multiple teams either in the red zone or close to it. We go to those games. DC has a 2nd and 6 at the Baltimore 18. Dallas is in the red zone at the Cleveland 19. Dion Hawkins takes the carry and gets to the 15-yard line. 3rd down and 4 for DC. First and 10 of the 19 for Marconi. Hands it off to Mike Davis. And Mike Davis with a big burst of speed down to the 10, picks up 9. The Sharks' extra point was good. That game is tied at 7. And Dallas has bounced back from giving up that early touchdown to Scott King where he caught it off the tip. Greg Corky, a nice catch and run after catch down to the Baltimore 3-yard line. 1st and goal at the 3. Just getting underway in the second quarter. Handoff Mike Davis, spin back inside as a 1st and goal at the 8 for Dallas. And we've got another team in the red zone. We've got a lot of teams in the red zone. Look at this. Check this out. 1st and goal at the 8 for Dallas. 1st and goal at the 3 for DC. Houston is 4 yards away from getting in the red zone. And Orlando's in the red zone to the 13. Handoff to Hawkins. Can't get in. 2nd and goal with the 2. Handoff to Davis. Spinning back inside. Mike Davis for Dallas. Gets away from a few and couldn't get away fully. Houston with the catch. Inside the Mauler 10 down to the 5-yard line. That is Washington. 2nd and 5 at the 13. Handoff Parker. And Parker's blown up in the backfield. 3rd down for Orlando. Houston is trying to threaten. They have not scored tonight. 2nd and goal at the 2 for the Dragons. 4 scoring opportunities right now. Handoff to Hawkins. He is stopped short again. 3rd and goal at the 2. Baltimore's defense has been tremendous. Meanwhile, touchdown Dallas. Mike Davis with the score. And Dallas is the first team in double digits tonight as Cleveland's defense is letting them down and getting worn down here by the Roughnecks. As you take another look at Mike Davis's touchdown run. Handoff to Hawkins on 3rd down and goal. And DC will have to kick another field goal. And Houston's got a touchdown. Darnell Black with the score just as we start the 2nd quarter, and Houston's on the board. Another look at Black's run made Austin Broadway look silly. It's a 4th and 1 for Orlando with a 9. Dallas's extra point is good. And Orlando is playing hardball with Tallahassee. The Pride are not budging. The Intimidators will take a timeout and will likely bring on the field goal unit. Big play alert. Well, we had 4 teams in the red zone. We had Oklahoma City doing this. Joseph Redfeather down the field. Tiberius Bovine. He could get in the zone. Touchdown Oklahoma City on a big play from Joseph Redfeather to Tiberius Bovine, and the Renegades have a 13-7 lead on the road against Los Angeles. Now, Queen City is attempting a field goal to go up 6-0, and we bring you back to Tallahassee for Orlando's field goal. This is a 44-yard kick for the Corsairs and a 26-yard kick for Orlando. Orlando's field goal is good. They go up 10-3. Queen City also got theirs from 44 yards away. Corsairs lead the Sailors 6-0, and Orlando increases their lead over Tallahassee to 7. We'll take a breather and put all 6 games back up on the screen as SFL Red Zone rolls on. As you get a look at your favorite team, favorite matchup. We don't have any teams right now in serious scoring position. We've got LA on the 37 on a 2nd down and 7 down at 7 at home. Minneapolis at their own 32 trying to answer the Hyena touchdown. Mac Wavy Jr.'s pass is knocked up in the air and incomplete. NYC will get the ball. 4 minutes and 52 seconds left in that first half. There's been almost no offense in Buffalo. Queen City with a slight 6-0 advantage. And Baltimore, who's put up a goose egg in this first half. Elliott Snyder goes down in the backfield. 3rd down and 11 at the 29. Baltimore, D.C. in that bottom left. Bottom middle, Tallahassee and Orlando. The Pride have a 2nd and 11 at the 31, trailing 10-3. And Park Hee-Chul got away. I don't know if you saw it, but top right corner of your screen, Park Hee-Chul is doing some damage. And we will take you out to some other action now and go double box as we get a look at the replay of Park Hee-Chul. Makes 2 men miss on the sideline. And we also go to Cleveland and Dallas, where the Vipers are back into Dallas territory. Cleveland is playing a pretty decent first half. It's the end of the first quarter in Los Angeles. So end of the first, OKC has a 7-point lead trying to play spoiler on Los Angeles. Cleveland, who got off to an early 7-0 lead, tosses it out to Marcus Allen Bose. He's blown up in the backfield. And as we look around the SFL scoreboard, it is 6-0 Dragons over the Crabs, 6-0 Corsairs over the Sailors. as Parky Chol gets another strong carry. Second down and 3, 99 yards on 7 carries for Parky Chol in just a little over a quarter of action. Second and 14 after the tackle for loss by Dallas's defensive front at the bottom right-hand side of your picture. Marcus Allen Bosa's pass is caught for a 5-yard gain. Second down and 3 at the 41 for Los Angeles, back at the top left. And off to Parky Chol. There's a flag on the play. That may come back for LA. 14-7, Dallas on top. 7-7, Houston, Minneapolis. 14-7, OKC over the Sharks, and 10-3, Orlando over the Pride. Jake, 24 Titan, appreciate the compliment. Glad you like it. Mario Savage's pass deep is knocked around, nearly caught again on a tip ball. While we were away, big play alert as Baltimore's Mike Dazzo fires down the field, and it's picked again. That is Dominique Porter, his second of the night. DC has forced 2 turnovers. They're up 6-0 with 6:50 to go in the first half. Triple box now as we bring you back to Minneapolis. 7-7 ball game. NYC is in Queen City territory, and Tallahassee has entered into Orlando territory at the 28, halfway through the second quarter. Joel Wallinga just with a catch down to the Houston 25. The Mahler offense is on the move. Alexander West down the field, pass is incomplete, third down and 2. Peters will check it down to Celestino. He's in big trouble, lost 5 yards on the play. Excellent hit in the backfield by Queen City. Mac Wavy Jr.'s pass is caught at the 22-yard line by Davis Reed. A pickup of 4, second down and 6 for the Maulers. Chance to catch my breath, third down and short for the Pride. 113 yards and a touchdown is the updated stat sheet for Mac Wavy Jr. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Buffalo where it's 6-0. Corsairs. Sailors trying to get on the board. And Mac Wavy Jr.'s pass is intercepted. Intercepted at the 7 and at the 11-yard line. Matthew Boozer with the pick for Houston. So the Hyenas force a red zone turnover. We now go to Buffalo, where we'll see if NYC can operate the 2-minute offense well. And that's a good start. Sultan Muhammad, one-handed touchdown. Sailors on the board in a big way. That game is tied. Extra point pending. Now double box back in Los Angeles, and Tallahassee will in fact have to settle for a field goal. That has been a huge problem for them this season. LA's got a 3rd and 8 at the OKC 37. Field goal from 44 yards away. That is Bo Davis, and that kick is good for Tallahassee. Orlando 10, Tallahassee 6. LA's got a 3rd down and 8 at the Renegade 37, 8.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. And Murdoch Mock will throw over the middle, pass incomplete. Cam Michael broke it up. So 4th down LA, their offense continues to struggle. Back out to Baltimore, where DC has a 2nd down and 10 at the Crab 47. Back in Baltimore territory. That pass is caught to the Crab 31-yard line. P.T. Peterson. Cody Cantrell is 9 of 10 for 94 yards in the first half. And the DC Dragons, besides getting stopped in the red zone inside the 5-yard line back-to-back times, has dominated Baltimore tonight so far. NYC made the extra point. They take the lead over Queen City 7-6. Houston with that last big defensive stop interception by Matthew Boozer. We're tied at 7 in that one. Cody Cantrell hits Hawkins, 10 for 11 now, but Hawkins loses a yard, and a nice tackle made on the outside for the Crab defense. That was Deshaun Miller. 4:18 to go in the first half. You see all the scores at the bottom. This is the SFL Red Zone. You're not missing a thing. Back out to NYC and Queen City, and Daniel Garcia will throw. It's picked by Spurgeon, and NYC's got a pick 6. 2 touchdowns in 18 seconds. Back to multiple games as Queen City was just getting that drive started, trying to regain the lead. A pick six for Spurgeon and the Sailors. And NYC has gone up 7. Cantrell's pass is incomplete. Peterson takes a huge hit, and Peterson is down. P.T. Peterson is hurt. It would be a long field goal for the Dragons, and that's not what the D.C. Dragons want to see. For Houston, they have entered Mauler territory at the bottom right-hand side of your screen, 2nd and 2 at the 32. Extra point is good for the Sailors. It's 14-6. NYC has scored back-to-back touchdowns in that one. First down for Houston on Black's run to the 29-yard line. Backbreaker of the league. We appreciate the compliment. It is. But we have a lot of fun doing it. So D.C., rather than kicking a 48 or 49-yard field goal, will instead try to pin Baltimore deep. Meanwhile, Steve Abuaji steps up in the pocket and fires a completed pass down to the 15-yard line. That's where we go. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Houston is in the red zone. D.R. Sim with that last catch. We are tied at 7 in this one. Again, the winner of this game gets the number 3 seed in the SFL, or in the SFL Teal Conference playoffs, rather. 9 carries, 43 yards in the first half for Darnell Black. Can Houston capitalize? Hand off to Black inside the 10. Darnell Black rumbling down to the 7-yard line. 2nd and 2 for Minneapolis. Tomorrow night, the Week 12 game of the week between Santa Fe and Sioux Falls comes your way at 6 Central, 7 Eastern on SFLN, back on Twitch. And that will be the final game of the regular season before the playoffs get underway Wednesday, October 26th. Darnell Black takes a handoff, will not get the first down. Clock running down, close to 4 minutes to go in the first half. 3rd down and 2 at the 7. Beautiful line right there, Landry had. So 3rd down and 2 at the 7-yard line. That's Paul James, top of the screen. Steve Abuaji under center in a tie ball game. Houston and Minneapolis. Hand off to Black. Stood up in the backfield. So for the time being, actually Black out of the game. Exhausted. Wavy on the tackle. It'll be 4th and 3 and a likely field goal coming up here for Houston. This is a 25-yard kick for the Hyenas. Don't forget, the SFL postgame show is coming up. You can call in live to the show, get interviewed, give your thoughts about Red Zone. If you're new to the league, we want to meet you. We want to introduce you to the rest of SFL Nation. So please do that. As soon as all the Red Zone games are done, we will begin that right here on YouTube. Now we go out to Tallahassee. Houston's field goal is good. They take a 10-7 lead over the Maulers, and Alexander West's pass is nearly intercepted. So it'll be 4th down and 7 at the 27. Tallahassee is down 4. Again, Orlando needs a win and needs the most help of any team tonight. They also need Los Angeles to lose, which they are currently doing. LA's offense has been pretty stagnant in this first half, besides that long run from Park Hee-Chol, and also needs Houston to lose. That's not happening. They're up 10-7 over Minneapolis. And the punt is blocked. Orlando just blocked the punt. Sorry, I got distracted by the chat. And Orlando blocks the Tallahassee punt. They're now in the red zone. And I really botched the potential energy on that play. How about that special teams play from the Intimidators? Orlando playing a solid first half here on the road against the Pride. No easy task. And now Houston, or Orlando rather, is in the red zone. Pyatt will fire down the middle of the field. Pass caught inside the 10 down to the 8. That's Isaac Perez with the catch. 2nd down and 4 at the Pride 8 as we approach the 2-minute warning in Pride Park. clear skies or mostly cloudy skies all across the SFL. Really nothing major in terms of weather. It is hot in Los Angeles, 88 degrees. Second and fourth, the 8 in Minneapolis is 55 degrees and mostly cloudy. That's the coldest forecast of the night. 2-minute warning in Tallahassee. Orlando has a 2nd and 4 at the 8. Yeah, I know, right, Aiden? I should pay attention. Yeah, I got distracted. You know, I want to take care of my people. LA Sharks was saying he was having some chop issues. I wanted to make sure everyone else was okay. Zach Parker fighting for first down yardage. Gets it to the 5. It'll be 3rd down and 1. 90 yards for Zach Parker in the first half. He killed Tallahassee in the first meeting. He was really the reason why Orlando was able to win that game over the Pride the first time around. Orlando's had Tallahassee's number this season, up by 4, trying to push their lead even further. 3rd down and 1, handoff to Parker. Stiff arm, Parker's got a touchdown. Orlando's up 10, putting the pressure on some other teams around the league. Let's go back to Baltimore, where the Crab offense is still struggling, but they have moved the ball finally towards the end of the first half. They are on the DC 27 with a 3rd down and 5. And Dazzo's pass is caught by Prince Escobar, who spins away down the sideline out of the DC 14. So Baltimore's in the red zone for the first time today, down 6-0 as this game approaches halftime. Very uncharacteristically sluggish first half for Baltimore's offense this season. That Orlando extra point was good. They now lead Tallahassee 17-6. Out of the eye for Baltimore. 2 receivers off the right. Mike Dazzo back to pass. Dazzo will fire it and incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Castro Patron knocking that away for the Dragons. Yeah, my apologies on the chop. I think it's coming from the scoreboard update. Sometimes it gets a little frozen up. But we're trying to keep you engaged on all the action around the league. It's a 2nd down and 10 for the Crabs, trying to erase that 0 off the board. Not often you see that for Baltimore this late in action as we're approaching the end of the first half. Pass caught at the goal line, sliding to make the play. He did not get in, but that was a brilliant catch by Prince Escobar, and he nearly reached the ball over the pylon. We got to get a second look at this. And Escobar, nearly. If he just would have reached his hand out before he slid out of bounds, he would have had a touchdown. Unreal. 1st and goal at the 1 for the Crabs, but Escobar did get out of bounds, giving Baltimore a chance to get the lead. And there's a flag on the play. It's not going to matter because Elliott Snyder's got a touchdown catch. While we were in the red zone in Baltimore, a big play happened in Dallas. Roughnecks up 14-7. A play fake from Marconi. He airs it long, and it's caught by Iba. Dallas has another touchdown. It's 20-7. Dallas has scored 20 unanswered points, and now we go double box with the Maulers driving, and they just threw a pick at the Houston 28. Mac Wavy Jr.'s 2nd pick. Houston has the ball back up 3. LA's got the ball on their own 44. Eddie Griffin with that interception. Pass intended for Davis Reed. Extra points are good in Dallas and in Baltimore. The Crabs take the lead. So Houston gets the ball. They have forced 2 interceptions on their side of the field. Darnell Black with a spin down the sideline, past midfield to the 47. Look at Bobby Treefeather. LA has fought their way into OKC territory, nearing the halftime there. Murdoch Mock back to pass, and that pass is caught by Wade Robinson on the outside. It's been a tough night so far for Robinson. Second down and 4, or for Mock rather. Second and 4 at the 32-yard line for LA. That'll likely take us to the 2-minute warning. Houston's got a 1st and 10 at the Mahler 47, following the interception by Eddie Griffin. How many viewers we got right now? Steve Abuaji out to Darnell Black, and Black picks up 6. A minute to go. Mock swings it outside to Heat Scholl. It'll be 3rd and 4. And we've hit the 2-minute warning in LA. Pass outside. That's caught for a 1st down to the Mahler 34. That's DR Sim. 4 catches for 63 yards for Sim. Third down and 4 at the 32. Beautiful. Murdoch Mock to throw. Hits Heat Scholl. Needs some blocks. Got some blocks. 1st down, Sharks. They're down to the OKC 25-yard line. Mock 11 of 17, but just for 89 yards. The Hyenas are back on the move down to the Minneapolis 34. Abuaji's going deep, and the pass is nearly intercepted. DR Sim was the intended receiver. LA trying to tie things up. Orlando's up 11. OKC 7, Houston 3. Dallas has built a 21-7 command over Cleveland as Heat Scholl takes a 2-yard carry. NYC with back-to-back touchdowns at the very end of the first half is up 14-6 on a long ball to Muhammad and a pick 6 from Spurgeon. And Baltimore has taken the lead 7-6. Mock is sacked. Timeout LA. Big sack there for OKC as Darnell Black takes it down to the Mahler 27, 3rd down and 3. So a 3rd down and long for the Sharks. Down a touchdown. Houston's got a 3rd and short. Both teams are in scoring position, not in the red zone, but in field goal range. 39 seconds to go in Minneapolis, 1:08 to go in LA. Back to pass, Abuaji. That pass is knocked down. Waters, beautiful job defending DR Sim, and Mock's pass is caught. 1st down for the Sharks at the 14, and LA is in the red zone. Houston will have to settle on a field goal, but the Hyenas have had a pretty strong first half here on the road. Los Angeles and OKC, red zone action, and we just got a touchdown. Los Angeles, my apologies on that poor transition, but Macho Fog just scored. Remember, it's our first night too, folks, so bear with us. This field goal for Houston is no good. Houston misses the field goal. So, again, I want to reiterate, the Los Angeles touchdown pass was caught by Murdoch Mock, and the extra point will tie the game. We now have a triple box on the screen. So Los Angeles fighting back with OKC in a tight contest there. Houston misses a 44-yard field goal and maintains their 3-point lead just before the half. Queen City has a 2nd and 10 on their own 31 with 9.5 to go. It's been a while since we've checked in with Buffalo. So LA's extra point is good. We're tied at 14. Macho Fogg's got a touchdown. Park Hee-Chol's got a touchdown. That pass caught on the outside for the Maulers. They go no huddle at the 47. Minneapolis trying to get some points before the end of the half. Down to 2 timeouts. They're holding on to them at the moment. And Mac Wavy Jr. fires down the field. Nearly picked again. Houston's defense has been on point. Alonzo Hamilton knocks it away as OKC returns the kickoff top right of your screen with 38 seconds to go in the second quarter over there, out west. Macho Fogg caught the touchdown pass from Murdoch Mock. My apologies. We just saw the tail end of it. We just missed it. As that's really the first touchdown we've truly missed tonight when we were trying to get you out to action. Mac Wavy Jr.'s pass is caught. First down to the 39-yard line. I'm surprised the Maulers didn't call a timeout right then and there. They burn one now, but too late as Minneapolis is outside of field goal range. Queen City will have to punt the ball away. The NYC Sailors jump offside, but it won't matter. So 3 seconds left in the first half. Final play of the first half from Wolfram and Hart Coliseum in Minneapolis. Again, the winner of Houston and the Maulers gets the number 3 seed. The loser will need some help to get in the playoffs. Pete Bruschi takes the carry top right of the screen, 3rd down and 3. There's a running back comparison. Heath Scholl's got 105, Bruschi with just 25. And that is the end of the first half in LA. Mac Wavy Jr. firing on a Hail Mary to end the first half in Minneapolis. And that is bobbled around and incomplete. That had a shot of being caught. So a couple of games head to the half. We've got 4 games currently underway in the third quarter, and we'll give you them all right now. Baltimore a 1-point lead has the ball on their own 39. Cleveland is down 14, has the ball on their 29 to start the second half. There's a look at Mike Dazzo's updated numbers top right. Tallahassee's got the football, 3rd and 7 at their own 46, and NYC has the ball, up 8. Nice run from Elliott Snyder will bring up 3rd down and short for Baltimore, and NYC has it 1st and 10 at the 31. And the handoff to Philo Celestino, no gain on the play, will bring up 2nd down and 10, but a nice deep ball from Alexander West at the bottom right corner of the screen. Billy Joe Black with the catch. Look at Alexander West threading the needle between 3 different Orlando defenders, and Tallahassee is in Orlando territory. Free play for Cleveland, bottom right, and Dallas put the hit on Mario Savage. Baltimore's near midfield. Orlando and Tallahassee. Tallahassee is moving the football. 1st and 10 at the 35 after the catch from Black. West down the field again. Alexander West is connecting on this drive. Another pickup of a 1st down. And Tallahassee doing more with less with this receiving core. And the Pride are in the red zone, down 17-6 with 9:05 to go in the third. Again, if you're wondering how the other games are going, you can always check the bottom of the screen for an updated scoreboard. We've got pretty close action all across the lead. Dallas does have a 2-touchdown lead over Cleveland. Handoff to Dwayne Lane, and he will get to the 16-yard line, 2nd down and 7. Don't forget, SFL postgame show is coming up. It's the same format as it's always been. I'd love to hear from a number of the new faces around the league. And I'd love to hear from all of the players and teams in action tonight. Obviously, we're determining who's in and who's out of the playoffs tonight. Santa Fe and Sioux Falls tomorrow on the Game of the Week on Twitch will determine the Teal Conference matchups. We will also know the Gray Conference matchups tonight. Dwayne Lane, 1st and goal, down to the 7-yard line. Lane thundering his way inside the 10. And Tallahassee means business on their opening drive of the third quarter. So 1st and goal with the 7, 8:08 to go in the third. And we'll see what Tallahassee can do here on this possession. They've only managed a couple of field goals. And the handoff to Dwayne Lane is knocked in the backfield, a loss of 2. 2nd and goal at the 8. .736 to go in the third. And with 3 receivers, 2 off the left side, the handoff goes to Lane. Third and goal at the 7 for Tallahassee. So the Pride knocking on the door. They want touchdowns, not field goals. That's been a big problem for the Pride this season. And West will drop back to pass, fires it outside, caught by G, but he can't get in the end zone. Tallahassee has a touchdown scoring problem. They'll have to bring Bo Davis out again to try to make it a 1-possession game, but Orlando standing their ground in the red zone and keeping their slim playoff hopes alive. Down to 6:48 to go in the third quarter. And the field goal for Bo Davis is good. It's a one-possession game, but Tallahassee probably feels a bit defeated. We had a big play happen while we were in the red zone. T.E. Haynes, like a boss, down the field. He won't even be touched until Cecil Randolph can't bring him down. T.E. Haynes with the touchdown, and Queen City is down just 2. And we head to Buffalo as the Corsairs are electing to very early go for the 2-point conversion, and Haynes has it on a double spin. Now to Minneapolis, where it's 1st and 10 at the Mahler 23, and the pass is caught by Sim. What an opening drive to the first half for the Hyenas. They go all the way down the field. We have multiple teams in the red zone now. Unbelievable. Well, actually, nobody's in the red zone. Beg your pardon. As the pass is deep to Chambers. Orlando's in the open field. Pandemonium here on the red zone. Dazzo's pass is caught there inside the red zone down to the 7. And Orlando's in pride territory. Let me try to catch everybody up real fast. D.R. Sim makes an amazing catch in the end zone on Houston's opening drive. They take it the length of the field for the score. Meanwhile, T.E. Haynes gets a 90-plus yard touchdown run and then gets the 2-point conversion, and Queen City has tied the NYC Sailors at 14. It's 4th and inches for Baltimore at the 7, and Orlando is back in the red zone. That was quick. Murdoch Mock is sacked top right. And Baltimore toying with D.C. It looks like the Crabs will just call a timeout and bring on the field goal unit. So the scoreboard finally updated. And that was insanity. Hand off to Zach Parker inside the... not inside the 10. What a hit. At the bottom of the screen and top right, Billy Joe Casper lays out the intended receiver for LA. It's 3rd and 16 at the Oklahoma City 28 as the Sharks are trying to take the lead for the first time in a long time. Pass intended for Gladwin Wolf. He got popped. Baltimore's going to kick the field goal on 4th and short, and Orlando's got a 1st and goal at the Tallahassee 10. And Pyatt will throw it outside inside the 5, down to about the 4.5. The field goal for Baltimore is good. We got another exciting play to catch you up on. Philo Celestino gets a block here, and NYC is trying to answer Queen City's touchdown with a drive of their own. Now to the Queen City 31-yard line. NYC is on the move. We go triple sim. Orlando has a 2nd down and goal, and Connor Pyatt fires to the back of the end zone and throws it away. NYC is in scoring position, as is LA. They're going for the field goal from 33 yards away with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. NYC back to pass. LA missed the field goal. The Sharks just missed a 33-yarder. That's embarrassing for McCaskey. 3rd down and goal for Orlando. They are stuffed. Back at the 6-yard line. The field goal by McCaskey, top right, missed wide right from 33. A crucial miss. Meanwhile, KJ Batista on for NYC to attempt a 45-yard field goal to give the Sailors back the lead. Orlando is forced to kick a field goal from 23 yards out. And pass for OKC is caught for a 1st down. The field goal for Orlando is good, and the field goal for KJ is good. So Sailors take back the lead. We now go back out to Mullinax Oil Field. As you get a look at the updated running back numbers, Davis up to 112 and a couple of scores. Dallas is back in the red zone of the Cleveland 15, trying to put this game away. First and 10 of the 15 for the Roughnecks, week 12 here in the SFL. 3 receivers, 2 off the left side, and Mike Davis takes the handoff and picks up 2. 2nd and 8 at the 14. Dallas could really put the foot down on the neck of the Vipers here with any type of score, but definitely with a touchdown. Trips off the left side for Dallas. With 4 down linemen for Cleveland. The handoff goes to Davis, and Espen Real in the backfield makes a tremendous stop. Oh, check that. That is, I believe, Turner. 3rd down and 10. While we were in the red zone in Big D, we go back out to Los Angeles, where Joseph Redfeather is putting in work. Down the field to Bovine again. OKC is in the red zone. Bovine is dominating the Sharks halfway through the 3rd. That game is tied, and we'll send it out to Los Angeles and other places now with teams in the red zone. Back out to Dallas on a 3rd and 10 for the 15. Dallas has a 1st and goal at the 5. Nice catch made by Yuya Iba. Oklahoma City is trying to break the tie in LA after LA missed a chip shot 33-yard field goal. And that's a touchdown. Michael Boyer with the score and a little robot after it. OKC has taken the lead on the Sharks. With 5 minutes to go in the 3rd, Redfeather with another answer. Davis can't get in the end zone. We get a look at the replay here on the toss from Redfeather. A perfect pass. Da Vinci was late getting there. And the Renegades have taken the lead, trying to eliminate the Sharks here tonight. The Sharks need a win and they're in. A loss and they're out. Mike Davis on a 2nd and goal. He still can't get in. Cleveland doing their best goal line defense impression. And that kick is good for OKC. So it's the Renegades 21-14 over the Sharks. Now we send it to Queen City, where NYC is a 3rd and 1 at midfield. There's 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter in that one. And we'll get back to Dallas in just a second. And the handoff goes to Celestino. 1st down. Celestino's having a really good night for the Sailors, who are trying to keep the door open for the Dragons, who trail Baltimore 10-6. Got off to such a hot start in that game, but have cooled off. And we now take you to Old Bay Stadium as Dazzo is going deep down the field. That pass is caught over the outstretched arms of Porter. Has 2 picks tonight, but Prince Escobar's got to score. Baltimore has scored 16 straight on DC, and they are that much closer to hosting a home playoff game. .357 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Maulers have scored a touchdown. The touchdown pass was caught by Jalen Miller at the goal line, just on the short corner of the end zone. Meanwhile, Oklahoma City has the football back after LA went 3 and out, and it's 2nd and 6 at the 42 for the Renegades. A busy night here at SFL Red Zone. Obviously, a few bugs and kinks to work out. But you let us know how you're enjoying yourselves. Minneapolis again has cut the deficit to 3 on a touchdown pass to Jalen Miller. It's his 2nd touchdown catch of the night. And it's 2nd down and 10 at the 30 for Houston. Trying to get caught up here in this chat. Appreciate all you guys being around tonight. And back to pass, Steve Abuaji out to Darnell Black. Will lose 2 yards. Meanwhile, Joseph Redfeather's got another first down. DW6 killer to the LA 45. Tell you what, this Renegade offense has come to play tonight. They have been outstanding. Houston is protecting a 3-point lead with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Out of the shotgun for Steve Abuaji. All day to throw. Pass is tipped and intercepted at the 40. Minneapolis is slowly turning things around in the third quarter. Koma Kaleka with the interception. Redfeather completes another ball. And now we need to go out to Buffalo. NYC is in the red zone. 3rd down and 4 at the Queen City 19 as we're coming down to the tail end of the third quarter. With trips off the left side. And Carter Peters will drop the pass. Pass is caught by Swain. That's a first down for the Sailors at the 13-yard line as that game has reached the end of the third quarter. So can the Sailors increase their margin? DC needs a Sailor win and a win tonight against the Crabs, but it's gone sour for the Dragons in the second half. They're trailing 17-6 after that beautiful touchdown pass. The second of the night for Mike Dazzo over to Prince Escobar. And Celestino will lose 2 yards. So we're about, 70% of the way through red zone, I would say, tonight. I know it's our first night. I hope you're settling in and enjoying yourselves. What do you think, folks? 2nd and 12 at the Queen City 14. We've got another game in the red zone, so we're going to bring you double screen now as Carter Peters will fire it in the end zone, threw it behind the intended receiver. OKC is back into the red zone. Pete Bruschi inside the 10, down to the 8, picks up 15. The Renegades have dominated this third quarter ever since Los Angeles missed that chip shot from 33 yards away. NYC has a 3rd down and 12 at the Queen City 14-yard line. 1st and goal at the 8 for Oklahoma City. Carter Peters will pass for the Sailors. Pass caught and falling short of the sticks is Muhammad. And Redfeather's pass is caught at the 3 by Pete Bruschi. 2nd and short for the Renegades, trying to go up by a couple of scores on the road in a do-or-die game for Los Angeles, as NYC will have to kick the field goal after Muhammad comes up short of the sticks. And the handoff to Pete Bruschi. He won't get in. NYC gets a field goal on the board. They're up 20-14. And now we take you out to Minneapolis, where the Maulers are back in scoring position, having a strong third quarter since DR Sims' diving touchdown catch. It'll be 3rd and 5 coming up after Davis Reed's catch, and the Renegades have a 3rd down and goal as they start the fourth quarter. Third down and 5 for Mac Wavy Jr. and the Maulers with 4 receivers, 3 off to the right, left. Redfeather is sacked. So Los Angeles holds. Minneapolis has a first down out of the Hyena 12. Coming up on the end of the third, but Mac Wavy Jr. leading the charge back for the Maulers. Trying to take the lead after falling behind by 10 at the beginning of the third quarter. A 26-yard chip shot for OKC to try to put them up 10. And the extra point the field goal rather, for OKC is good from 25 yards away. Now we go solely to Minneapolis on the solo sim. Hand off to Doug Bose up the middle down to the 9-yard line. 2nd down and 7. At the Houston 9, Matthew Boozer, who had an interception earlier tonight, makes the tackle. And that'll be the end of the third quarter of play. Maulers will not get another play off. A tight game as expected in Minnesota. Around the SFL, 17-6 Baltimore, 2014 NYC. Dallas and Cleveland 21-7. Although, I do believe we're going to get an update on that game momentarily, as we have not updated you yet on what happened in the red zone for Dallas, but we've got the highlight as Mac Wavy Jr. hits Doug Bose on the outside, who breaks a tackle and nearly gets in. 3rd and inches at the Houston 3. They can get another first down. OKC is pulled up ahead of the Sharks by 10, and Orlando is still protecting a 20-9 advantage over Tallahassee. Third down and inches at the 3 for the Maulers. Bose is in the backfield out of the eye. He will take the pass. Bose gets a block and has a touchdown. Back-to-back touchdowns for Minneapolis. Doug Bose's first of the night, and the Maulers have taken the lead with 10:39 to go in the fourth quarter. A double sim now, 3rd and 2 at the NYC 46 for Queen City. Time is winding down there, 7:46 to go. Orlando's got a 44-yard field goal attempt to try to go up 14. SFL postgame show coming up immediately following the broadcast. So don't go anywhere. The 44-yard kick for Orlando is good. They go up by 2 scores. Minneapolis's extra point is good. They're now up 21-17 on Houston after Houston had a 17-7 lead early in the third quarter on a fantastic touchdown catch from DR Sim. First down for Queen City. The clock is rolling, and that's where we're going. Solely out to Buffalo, 1st and 10 at the Sailor 43. 7:10 to go. Queen City's down 6. The Dragons are fighting like heck to stay alive. They need the Corsairs to lose tonight to have any chance of that. T.E. Haynes has a first down. Randolph saved the touchdown. And the Corsairs, with under 7 minutes to go, are down to the Sailor 20. Right now, as that was actually the backup to Haynes with a nice carry for the Corsairs. Puts them in business. Right now, if the results were to hold, Orlando would, in fact, get in the playoffs with a win, an LA loss, and a Houston loss. Still plenty of football left to be played, but that would be nothing short of a miracle for the Intimidators. The Corsairs down 6, trying to make something happen. I tell you what, the Sailors are in another tight battle with the Corsairs. And this season, they have been in plenty of them, have come up on the losing end of a few of them. 4 receivers, 3 off the right side. 2nd down and 10 for the Corsairs. They are just outside the red zone. Don't worry, you're not missing any exciting SFL action as we're trying to keep watch on Queen City. And that receiver took a huge hit from Cecil Randolph. Look at those weak quarterback numbers. 118 to 123. Finally, we're going to go back to Minneapolis. Steve Abuaji will fire it. Oh, it's picked off at the 22-yard line. Troy Waters with the pick. Abuaji threw it right to him. And Houston is really struggling in the second half. Surrendered 2 touchdowns in the last 10 or 15 minutes. And now the Maulers are back in the red zone at the 11 with 4 receivers, 3 off the left side. Mac Wavy Jr. fires it short. Pass is dropped and incomplete. Meanwhile, 4th down for Queen City. They are forced to kick a field goal, and NYC will protect their lead. Oh, I can't believe what Houston is doing here. Giving up back-to-back scores. We're now going to go to that game in the red zone as the field goal for Queen City is good. Minneapolis trying to continue to add to their total. Wavy Jr. short throw over the middle. Excellent tackle at the 2-yard line by Boozer. That was huge. The Hyenas really needed that. They need a spark here. Abuaji, worst throw of the night by far. Dumped it right over to Waters. Third and 1 at the 2. Wavy Jr. to Bose. Nowhere to go. 4th down. Excellent pursuit on the outside by Noah Martin. He's a Rookie of the Year candidate. By the way, you will have all week following the first round of the playoffs heading into the conference finals to vote on different awards like Rookie of the Year, Coach of the Year, Owner of the Year, MVP, all types of good stuff. And we'll have those polls up following the first round of the playoffs. And voting will open on Friday, October 28th. The chip shot field goal for the Maulers is good. Big stop there for Houston. Minneapolis has scored 17 straight points, but leads by just 7. It's still a one-score game up in the Twin Cities. Triple sim now. DC is on the move with 5:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Their offense has really struggled after that strong start. Flips it to Hawkins. Picks up just 2, though. Joe Dazzo is all over it. The Dazzo's retiring after this season. Trying to make an impression. Houston will return the kickoff. Down 7 with 9:13 to go in that one. 4:44 to go in Tallahassee. Orlando protecting a 14-point lead, but the Pride will get the ball back. Orlando doing business. Meanwhile, that is a first down pass and catch for the Dragons. They have a 1st and 10 at the Baltimore 31 as DC is trying to drive down the field and make something of this drive. Cantrell way overshoots his intended receiver. Houston's got a first down at the 29. And a quick throw is caught for a pickup of 8 by DR Sim. Again, the winner of Houston and Minneapolis gets the number 3 seed. The loser will need some other events and results to get in. Deep ball for Tallahassee. Down the field, Kent Proxy. All the way down to the 5-yard line. The Pride are not done yet, putting the pressure on Orlando. And DC is inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal at the 9. And we take you to these 2 games inside the 10. Cantrell fires into the end zone, knocked away. And the pass is out of the end zone to Proxy. Bond was the intended receiver for the Dragons. I thought for sure he had a touchdown. 2nd and goal at the 9. With 4:24 left in that one, 4:07 to go in Pride Park. Tallahassee trying to finally get a touchdown here. DC and Tallahassee have both struggled getting into the end zone tonight. 3 receivers for the Dragons. And we'll get to that in a moment. We've got a 3rd game to show you as Cantrell will fire it outside to Hawkins. And Hawkins steps out of bounds at the 4. 3rd and goal at the 5 for Tallahassee. OKC is back in the red zone. LA can't do anything offensively in this game. That pass is caught down to the 9 for the Renegades. That is Slinky Watts on the reception. There's just 5 minutes left to go in that one as LA's season is on the brink. 3rd and goal at the 5 for Tallahassee, trying to keep the pressure on Orlando with 4 minutes to go. 3rd and goal at the 4 for DC, with 4 receivers, 3 off to the right side. Cantrell throws it in zone, knocked away. Joe Dazzo gets in the way of that one, and a touchdown for Tallahassee. Wes Turner. It's a 1-possession game in Florida. Brewski's run gives OKC a 1st and goal at the 6. And look at this stunning play from Joe Dazzo, top left, and a perfect pass in between double coverage by Alexander West. DC's got to kick a field goal, but they will put it to a 1-possession game. And it looks like Tallahassee is doing the same. First and goal at the 6 for Oklahoma City, trying to put that game away, but a loss of 1 will bring it to a second and goal at the 7. Vincent on the tackle. And the kick is good from Bo Davis. And now out to Dallas, where Tony Capone caught this touchdown earlier. A big play alert that we missed with all the teams in the red zone. Cleveland trying to fight their way back in it. They're still down by a couple of scores. 24-14 is the score in Dallas as we give you a reset of everything that's going on around the SFL. Plenty of action as we take a moment to get our scoreboard updated on action around the league. DC and Baltimore, one-score games. Sailors and Corsairs, one-score game. Queen City is in NYC territory with 2:45 to go. Now we'll look at a couple of games that are of significant importance right now. Houston is at the Minneapolis 21-yard line. Queen City is at the NYC 35. Just 2.5 minutes to go at Metro Stadium in Buffalo. Queen City is still trailing by 3. DC is trailing by 8. They need a win and a Queen City loss to get in the playoffs. 2nd and 10 for Houston at the Mahler 21-yard line with 6 minutes to go. 2 receivers for Queen City at the bottom of the screen. Abuaji back to pass. He'll fire it left side. Pass caught down to the 15. 3rd down and 4 for Houston. Play action for Garcia. Fires. Caught. 3rd and 6 at the 32. 2:03 to go. Garcia's up to 157 passing yards. The Corsairs still trailing. Hyenas have surrendered 17 straight points against the Maulers. They're still top left. OKC has to settle for a field goal, so they get on the board, and we show you that. Renegades are now up 13 with just 2:20 to go, and the Hyenas just threw a pick. Koma Kaleka just picked it off, and the Maulers will take over. Meanwhile, Garcia is down inside the 25 to the NYC 21. We've hit the 2-minute warning there. Baltimore is in DC territory, trying to put that game away with 3 minutes to go. What a play by Koma Kaleka, stepping in front of the pass. That's his 2nd interception of the night, and Elliott Snyder just got a first down. Two receivers off the left for Garcia. Queen City is down 3. Garcia, play action. He'll go short, and Spurgeon picked it off. 2nd interception of the night for Spurgeon. And NYC, for the moment, is going to hold on in Buffalo. 1st and 10 for the Crabs at the 33-yard line. They're bleeding the clock all the way down to the 2 minutes. A 2-minute warning. DC's hopes, for the moment, remain alive. They need a stop. A loss of 1 that time, and it's a 2-minute warning in Baltimore. Hand off to Celestino, picks up 5. Queen City also needs a stop. A couple of monster games. We're back to all 6 on the screen. Tallahassee's about to get the ball with 2 minutes to go to try to tie. LA is trying to drive. They just threw another pick. There is a flag, however. Minneapolis has just been stopped by Houston on a 4th down and 1. The Hyenas are going to get the ball back, but DC can't say the same. Elliott Snyder, bottom left, has a touchdown for Baltimore, and the Crabs may have just sent Queen City to the playoffs, even if the Corsairs don't win tonight. Elliott Snyder, when Baltimore needs a big play, he just continues to give it to them. The interception, by the way, stands for the OKC, and LA is likely going to fall at home here tonight. So, setting the stage. Orlando still has a shot at the postseason thanks to a Los Angeles loss. Now they just need Minneapolis to hold on. Houston's got the ball at their own 47 with 3:25 to go. Tallahassee's got a 3rd down and 9, at their own 12 with a minute and a half to go. 1:43 to go. Queen City got the stop they needed. NYC has to punt it away after 3 straight unsuccessful runs for a first down. Alexander West, deep ball down the field, is intercepted by Nick Nitro. Orlando may have just put that game on ice. Pass, meanwhile, for Houston, caught down the field of the Mahler 36-yard line. That was Paul James. Houston is driving into Mahler territory down 7. Queen City will start their drive at the 44. And DC, now down 2 scores, needs an absolute miracle. What a huge run from Elliott Snyder. Steve Abuaji down the field, caught inside the 20, down to the 16. Houston on the move with less than 3 to play. Pass by Garcia, caught top right to the NYC 38-yard line. That's Legacy, 125 and counting. Hyenas have a 1st and 10 on the 16, now in the red zone. 1:10 to go for the Corsairs, down 3. Tracking all the exciting finishes here on the red zone tonight. That pass is caught by Houston at the 9. T.E. Haynes takes the carry to the 32. It'll be a 3rd down for D.C. They have to burn one of their timeouts. Houston and Minneapolis coming down to the 2-minute warning. Second and 3 at the Mahler 9. And Houston won't get into the playoff before the 2 minutes. 50 seconds to go. The Corsairs are still fighting for a victory, although it looks like they will make the playoffs. DC is struggling to get down the field. It's now 3rd down and 7. A deep ball is caught, however, into Baltimore territory. The Dragons are not done yet. 2nd down and 3 at the 9 for Minneapolis, or for Houston rather. Abuaji's out of the gun. Garcia will throw. Top right. That pass is caught down inside the 20 to the 18. Abuaji will step up in the pocket. He gets sacked. 3rd and 10 for Houston at the 16. T. Cabell with the sack. Garcia to throw. Top right. End zone touchdown. Queen City has just taken the lead on a comeback with 34 seconds to go. 3rd down and 10 Houston. Jake Legacy just put the Corsairs ahead. Meanwhile, Abuaji on 3rd down and 10 to the end zone. He dropped it. The receiver dropped it. Tyleik Jones on the coverage. That could have been the tying score. The Corsairs score on a Jake Legacy touchdown. They are now ahead with 34 seconds to go. NYC still has all 3 timeouts. Houston has a 4th and 10 at the 16. And Abuaji back to pass. Will fire to the end zone. Darnell Black, he dropped it again. Back-to-back drops for Houston. Turnover on downs. Minneapolis takes over. Darnell Black was the intended target, and it goes right off his hands. The official got in the way, and Darnell Black, for all the good he's done, by the way, does not have the rushing record tonight. He's hovering around 90 yards. Minneapolis just needs 1 first down to put that game away. 2nd and 10 for DC, who's running out of time. Handoff, Doug Bose. Got a good block, nice tackle. Made by Houston in the open field, a pickup of just 4. Timeout Hyenas. NYC's got the ball at the 33. 3rd down and 10 for DC, as Cody Cantrell is really struggling on this drive. Pass knocked away by Jeffrey Deser. 2nd and 5 for the Sailors. They have to burn a timeout. Sailor offense in the 2 minutes has not been good this season. Hand off to Doug Bose. Yes, a stiff arm. Doug Bose may have just put Orlando in the playoffs. We need to check back in with Tallahassee. But Minneapolis may have just eliminated Houston with a huge stiff arm from Bose. A big play alert. Zach Parker is going to score a touchdown for Orlando. Orlando is taking a trip to the playoffs. Unbelievable. 4th down for the Dragons. The Houston Hyenas dropped 2 passes at the goal line late. Wow. NYC's got 1 timeout. Don't forget, SFL postgame show is coming up next. You're going to have to give me a little bit of a breather, though. 4th and 10 for DC. And they need a couple of things to happen real fast. Cantrell on 4th down and 10. That's a drop. Oh, man. DC's done. And now it doesn't much matter what happens, although NYC's doing their best. Sultan Muhammad down to the Queen City 40. Wow, DC just dropped a potential 1st down. So we go back to all 6 games winding down. DC is now out of timeouts. Baltimore can take a couple of knees. They will host Dallas in the 1st round. Queen City will get in, win or lose in the final seconds in Buffalo. The Sharks are down 30-14, and they've got just 10 seconds left trying to get down the field and score. Oklahoma City blanked them in the second half. And the Maulers are also taking knees after Houston threw an interception in the red zone and followed that up with 2 drop passes at the goal line. A devastating loss. The Hail Mary for NYC has been intercepted. Queen City is in the playoffs. They will go to Louisville. Baltimore will host the Dallas Roughnecks in the 1st round. Orlando's taking a knee. They've gone to Tallahassee and done the unthinkable. They beat the Pride, get a Sharks loss, and get a Mauler win. And Orlando is in the playoffs. They'll take on the winner of Santa Fe and Sioux Falls tomorrow. The Maulers will be the 3rd seed and will take on the loser of that matchup. And the postgame show is coming up next. Two minutes. One minute to postgame. Open line now. 210-473-8428. Let's discuss the first SFL Red Zone. If you are a first-time viewer of the SFL, if you're a new player, that's joined over the last week. We want to hear from you tonight as well, but we also want to hear from the owners, coaches, and players in action tonight. We want to get your feedback on everything that you saw tonight, the good and the bad, and what happened on the field as well, as we are one day closer to the SFL's 7th postseason. 210-473-8428 is the number. If you can't get in the first time, it's just because we've got another caller on the line. Right now we have DC Dragon owner Jermaine Smith. And Jermaine, it was a good run, had a strong first half, but you got to turn those touchdown opportunities into touchdowns, not field goals.
Yep, that's what it looks like from what I saw. That's what we failed to do. I got 3 field goals, like a soccer match out there.
Yeah, the Elliott
DC Dragons, we were DC United tonight.
The Elliott Snyder touchdown was crucial at the end of the game. NYC sort of folded there at the very end. In the final minute, Queen City ekes it out. So even with a win tonight, the Dragons would have been on the outside looking into the playoff picture. Overall, what did you see as the Dragons finished 4-8 on the season? What did you see as the biggest flaw of the team this year?
Not having strong second halves. We do pretty good in the first half, and then, once second half comes, it's like, well, whatever. Well, where do they go? They stay in the locker room. They leave the stadium. They go to the club down the street. Who knows? But, for what I saw tonight, I knew the game wasn't being switched on. I just had a feeling nothing was going on. And then especially once our top receiver got hurt, I knew it was going to be it was pretty much downhill from that point.
I'll ask you this from a few different perspectives. As a fan, as an SFL fan, what did you think of the red zone?
Oh, it's great. Just watch all those games at the same time, switching back and forth. We did a hell of a job tonight, by the way. I want to let you give you a props for that.
Appreciate that.
I couldn't do no problem. I couldn't do what you do, especially on this slow laptop. And juggling all those balls around, switching this game, that game, everything was on cue. So I want to give my hats off to you for that.
So as a fan, it was enjoyable to you. How about as an owner? Obviously, there's some give and take with not seeing your team on the field all night, all the time. But you get some commentary in there that you otherwise wouldn't if you're not the play-by-play game of the night. How did you feel it went as an owner watching?
Well, man, at times it's kind of like, okay, what's going on? We got an interception. We did this. Now in my head, I got to figure out, okay, what's happened? Okay, what are they doing right now? He hasn't switched the game for a little bit, so I'm thinking, okay, it's either going back and forth, that is going on. So, and I'm trying to think how many picks we thrown, and how many yards Hawkins has. So, that's the downside to that. But, you got used to it, that's all.
Yeah, and obviously we'll have a full game archives available and all the box scores as usual after the game. But we certainly want to bring the community together and enjoy all the fun. As the new league president, officially the new league president tonight as DC comes to a close, how do you view the red zone as a future way to get these games out and push these games out in a unique setting?
I think it's great. Like I said, the features alone, the commentary, the switching back and forth with your skills, I'm going to get better from here on out. And so I think that will be a latest attraction. Also, I believe this is going to be a great attraction for, people who haven't, checked out the league. They'll see the red zone and they'll think, oh, and it's not NFL red zone, what is this? So, hopefully, by naming it red zone, that will attract a lot more eyes and a lot more viewers to our product, which that's the ultimate goal.
Devon, I know that whether you like to admit it or not, a bit sentimental about the Dragons' 3-season run coming to a close. I think that easily your favorite moment is probably that last drive. How many times have you seen that last drive of that Season 5 championship game?
Well, I watched it last night. I got it on my phone. I have the video on my phone. So now and then I'll just, on the way to work, if I won't have a signal to watch a YouTube video, I'll just pop that video and I'll watch it. I swore last season I wasn't going to watch it anymore, but, I guess when you have a losing record, you need something to build your self-esteem, and so that's what you do. You watch that vid. So I mean, everything's good.
Jermaine Smith, appreciate the time on the post game, and we'll be chatting soon. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and one last thing for I know you have a lot of calls and whatnot. I just wanted, like I said, I said this on the radio show already, so I apologize for hearing the second time. But I want to, thank the players, past and present, that were on our team. I want to thank the Seven Nation League. I want to thank you, Mr. Irvine, for putting out a great product. I want to thank each and every one that participates, not only just by watching, but also just behind the scenes. They're putting in that work, making sure that everything works out perfectly. I just want to give a shout out to all the owners who voted our franchise in a year and a half ago. I had no idea. I was just like, hey, I'm gonna put this team out. I'm gonna make this vid, and I'm gonna put out the best uniforms in the SFL history, and that's that. So I want to give a shout out to everyone for doing that. And like I said, all good things must come to an end, and it's a somber moment. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I was like, what? I knew from the get-go, from the beginning of the season, it's going to be the last ride. It's going to be, I'm going into the dungeon, and whatever happens, happens, and we're going to go out, and that's how we're going to do it. So, I just want to say thank you very much, and like I said, keep on watching SFL, and let's just go on to the next level. Thank you.
Jermaine, appreciate the time. Good season, good run, and we'll talk to you later.
All right, thank you.
Open line now, 210-473-8428, as the SFL Red Zone postgame report rolls on. So again, a summary of what we learned tonight. Mahler's number 3 seed, Orlando number 4 seed, getting in the final minutes tonight. Orlando will take on the winner of Sioux Falls and Santa Fe during tomorrow night's game of the week. Minneapolis will play the loser of tomorrow night's Sioux Falls and Santa Fe matchup. Baltimore will host Dallas. Louisville will host Queen City in the first round of the Teal Conference playoffs. Owners will have the opportunity to choose a Wednesday 6 Central or 8 Central, or a Thursday 6 Central or 8 Central game on when to play, and we'll get that decided ASAP. 559, you're on the SFL postgame show.
Playoffs, baby, playoffs.
Mac Wavy, man, I tell you what, I don't know how y'all did it, but Koma Kaleka was a big reason why, and that second half push was too.
Oh yeah, big plays from the big man. Very excited, very very tough night tonight. Hats out go to to Houston, man. They came and they brought it. Just came up a little bit short, and I wish them the best of luck next season and everything they got going forward.
Yeah, a lot of Teal Conference teams breathe a sigh of relief, although I don't think Santa Fe is going to be breathing a sigh of relief. I don't know if they want to win tomorrow night, because then they got to play Orlando, who's already beaten them this season. So that would be an interesting dynamic in the first round matchup. But Wavy, the Maulers get in. It was looking a little bleak there for a while, but Minneapolis wins a couple of games down the stretch, actually with more defense than offense. You won 2 games, scoring 21 and 24 points respectively against 2 teams that eventually end up on the outside looking in. Is the improvement out of the defense the difference in why you guys are in the playoffs, you think?
I could agree with you. These last couple of games, they've been holding it down for us. I played shaky last week and had a decent game today. But like I said, with them big turnovers, they put us in the right spot, and we got to put some points on the board. I wish I could have got that touchdown. We could have got us that touchdown to seal the deal, to not make these games so close and going down to the last minute. You know what I mean? But luckily, the defense on that last drive had some big stops in that red zone. So proud of my guys. Proud of everybody. That defense, way to go, Maulers.
All right, I gotta ask everybody this. How could I not? As a player, what did you think of SFL Red Zone tonight?
I loved it. It was a great. I thought you did a great job, but that's typical. You know what I mean? So I love the red zone. I loved how we got all those games, all 6 games going, and hey, you know, that's a lot easier for the guys that don't have to, you know, keep on switching over, especially with 6 games. That would have been really, really difficult. So congratulations. I think it was successful.
Yeah, I mean, as a player, you know, you don't necessarily get to see yourself all the time on the field. You know, how do you perceive it? You know, SFLN2, no commentary, but you get to watch a guy all the time live, or you know, commentary every time you do good things out there.
I love the commentary. You know what I mean? So anytime that we can make a play and then we get it broadcasted by you, so that's my bet. That's what I'm putting my money on. But you know, it's a different strokes for different folks, and everybody's not like me. So I loved it from my perspective. So I just hope everybody else did too. If not, then I guess we got to work on something. But to me, it was successful.
Mac, that first touchdown to Jalen Miller, was that a touchdown?
Of course it was. If they didn't like it, throw that challenge flag, baby. And I'm not here to argue whether it was or it wasn't. Brett called it what it was, and that's what we said it was.
7 and 5.
Hey, we were not. We were not going to do that. Sorry to cut you out, but we were not going to do that Dez Bryant stuff. It was a catch. It wasn't a catch. Baby, we called it a catch. It's a catch.
7 and 5. You sort of keep Thomas Paternitti's legacy alive. You guys will go on the road at the start of the playoffs, away from the friendly confines of the Big Beast at Wolfram and Hart. But you know, any preference on Sioux Falls or Santa Fe in terms of who you guys would like to play? Sioux Falls beat you up pretty good in 2 meetings.
Yeah, that's who I want. It don't matter who we get. We're gonna play regardless. But you know, when a team like Sioux Falls has had our number a couple of times, especially with me having that horrible game with them pick sixes, you know what I mean? But I forgot about that, but I'm always going to make them pay for that because, you know, they're playing good against me. So I got to get back to them books and study that defense, and Coach is going to put a good game plan, and let's go Maulers.
Mac, thanks for your time. Good luck in the playoffs next week, buddy.
Yes, sir. Congratulations to you, too. Thank you.
I appreciate it. 210-473-8428 is the phone number to call. If you're a player, coach, or owner tonight, we want to hear from you. If you're a new player in the league and you want to formally introduce yourself to the masses listening live and on demand, the postgame show is for you tonight. If you just want to comment on the red zone and how good or bad you thought it was, what you think it can use to improve, all of that stuff, we've got 3 months to make it happen until our next Red Zone broadcast when we kick off Season 8 January 15th. So we're certainly looking for any and all types of feedback tonight on the zone. And we're going to get on the line Matthew South now, the wide receiver for the Sharks. And can you mute your background for me, please?
Oh, there we go.
There you go. What's up, Matt?
How's it going, man?
It's good. I'm a little surprised. The Sharks played a pretty good first half, but the offense really struggled all night and just laid an egg in the second half. And at home, I
completely agree.
I'm surprised.
Well, we had this trouble all season, man. We got to keep up the full game. We played a full game last week and just fell apart this week, man.
You know, the Sharks don't make the playoffs, but this organization certainly has been through the ups and downs in their first season. You joined the squad midway through the season, but what has been, what has your time with the Sharks been like, and what does the future hold for Matt South?
Well, I'll definitely be back next season. I would be honored to be the face of the franchise, but I think Doug wants to keep himself as the face of the franchise. I just love it there, man. Doug gave me some more open arms, and he's put me under his wing and showed me how the SFL works. And if I have any questions, I can always come to him.
All right, Matt, I'm exhausted. What'd you think of Red Zone? I'm exhausted.
Ooh. I liked it, man. I appreciated the commentary. You did a heck of a job keeping tabs with every game, and I like it more than I do Twitch.
Good deal. Yeah, I know we had some choppiness issues tonight. I think that's more of a CPU thing than it is anything else. But we'll work with it. We'll get it straightened out. But the playoffs are coming. The Sharks, unfortunately, aren't going to be involved. But what's the team that you're going to be cheering for this postseason?
Oof. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to go back and look because Carolina's my second team because me and James Klein are real close. But I guess I'll have to pull for the Crabs.
Crabs? Why Baltimore? I don't think Carolina would like you saying that.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I like TJ. He's a funny guy.
That's it because TJ's a funny guy, man. TJ, I don't think.
I mean, he's on Slack all the time, so it is what it is.
Right. No, I just, I like busting TJ a little bit as a long-standing member of the league. Hey, I mean, it's a good bet. Baltimore's the first team in SFL history to make the playoff 5 straight seasons. That ain't too bad.
That's right. I hope they can get a championship this season too.
Out of the potential first-round games. First of all, I want to get your thoughts since you're in the Teal Conference. I can't believe Orlando got in. After all they needed to get in, Houston just time and time again just couldn't get that tying score to happen. Are you under the impression that a lot of Teal Conference teams are breathing a sigh of relief with that Houston loss tonight?
Yeah. Well, I guess you could say that. The only team that's not breathing a sigh of relief is definitely the Sharks.
Yeah. It was a tough game. They just couldn't find a way to stop Bovine tonight, and besides the long Heachol run, it just wasn't much happening for LA.
I thought it was going to be a great game.
Yeah.
It was a great game when the ref team opened up with that.
And it looked like at halftime it was going to be a great game, 14-14, and then everything for LA just sort of tuckered out. Let me get some final numbers here on the Sharks and Renegades just to see those final offensive numbers. It was 398 to 303, so the Sharks just barely scratch over 300 yards and only 171 passing yards tonight for Murdoch Mock, a rare off night for Mock, who's had a pretty good season in L.A. Matt, I know you're going to be watching the playoffs. I know you're going to be heavily involved in off-season activities. Any final thoughts on what your first regular season has been like here in the SFL?
I think it was great. I like this idea of getting to pay to play, get some championship gear for the winter. I just want to say thanks for the family orientation type of set I guess you guys gave me. Oh
yeah, absolutely. We value that pretty highly. Matt, thanks for the time and the call here on the Red Zone post game. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Cam.
Open line 210-473-8428 now on the post game. We've broken things down from left to right. That Houston loss was a stinger for the Hyenas. They just have lost so many close games this season. Had a 17-7 lead, lost that. Outgained the Maulers 379 to 342. Had 288 through the air with Abuaji. Darnell Black finishes with 91 yards. He falls shy of the 2,000-yard historical mark. 16 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown. I was surprised by how much Abuaji threw, 24 of 36 for 288. Mac Wavy, who was on the call earlier with us, was 44 of 54, 311 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Had a sack as well. 717, you're on the SFL postgame show.
You got Doug Bose.
Well, Doug, opening thoughts on the Sharks. I'm sure. Well, you may or may not be looking at some film from this loss, but tough to see your team just not get anything going in the second half like that.
Yeah, pretty much. Long story short, it's going to suck not to make the playoffs, but if any team was going to keep me from it, no better guy than Mike Orvine, OKC, guy who gave me my real chance at coaching in the league. So if it had to happen, I'm glad it was to him. So finishing last in the division. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I mean, for all that the Sharks had done well this season, that's pretty surprising, especially considering that Queen City has the same record as you and they're making the playoffs, and you're last in the West Division. Somehow, just doesn't seem fair. But OKC gets to 5-7. They had 4 straight seasons with 3 wins or less. In your mind, are they the most improved team this season, or was there somebody else that caught your attention?
The most improved team this season to me, Santa Fe. They were 3-9 last year. They will finish no worse than 9-3 this year if they lose tomorrow or whatnot. So it's Gorillas for me. Good point.
Yeah. So Sharks lose in that second half. They kind of got away from LA, and they didn't get as much airtime as some others. With that in mind, and as an owner and as a fan, and how do you see the red zone and the production of it?
I absolutely hated it. No, it wasn't that bad. Actually, it was actually pretty good, I have to say. Yeah, and despite little Shark airtime, I'm glad it was that way considering how horrible they played tonight.
Yeah, and I just threw out some numbers on the loss. Murdoch Mock, he just couldn't seem to get going, and that was the second time that happened this season. DJ Majesty did have 13 tackles in the loss, though. I saw him in there earlier. But Bovine, 7 catches for $153 and 2 touchdowns. And you call yourself the tight end whisperer, but Mike got you on this one.
Yeah, I think he hung on to my playbook. So, but no, Bovine finally figured out how to play under the tight end whisperer, and Mike just figured out how to keep that thing going. No, but all intents and purposes, great game by him on both sides of the ball. The team played well, but at least with the loss tonight, I still have something to be happy about. I'm still in the playoffs.
How?
My player.
Oh, yes, there you go. Sorry,
It's been a long night.
It has. I was trying to connect the dots there on that one. Yes, the Maulers do advance. Good for that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and it doesn't matter who the Maulers got. I'm going to go boast mode on somebody because the goal now is to send T-Pat out with a championship.
Yeah. Well, and he definitely has his shot. Mac Wavy Jr. says that he wants Sioux Falls. I'm not so sure. They were doing pretty well against Santa Fe before Wavy Jr. got hurt. I'm surprised he didn't want redemption there. Who would you rather have?
Right. Doesn't make a difference because they're going to lose. That's how I look at that. That's how I'm going to call that right now. Minneapolis will win, and it's just going to be Mauler time. We're going to maul each opponent we play this week. Next week, the week after, whoever it is coming out of the other conference, we're going to beat them. Period.
Besides the Maulers, who I'm guessing you would take as your championship pick, does anyone else stand a chance against the Wolfpack in your mind?
Baltimore.
Yeah, I figured
and
you were going to say that.
I said that quick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I figured.
Baltimore's coming out. Baltimore's coming out of that conference. They're the one going to the championship game from that conference. I have no doubts on that. I've said that since week 1, and I'm sticking to it.
All right. Well, the Sharks finish 5-7, pretty respectable for a first-year owner. That is for sure. Your final thoughts on this season?
Took over a 1-11 franchise. After 1 week, my co-owner takes a hike. Adios. See you later. Bye. I get the defense dropped in my lap. Have not a clue what I'm doing. I wing it basically all season as I learn. I've set some franchise records already. Biggest comeback in XFL history. The most points scored in the team's history. Despite the 5-7 and no playoffs, I have plenty to sit there and hang my hat on and say it was a positive year. So we'll be looking forward to next season, which starts for me right now. As soon as I hang up this call, I'm going to be looking into things, digging up things, but there will be possible wholesale changes in LA As to what that means remains to be seen, but better believe we're going to come back better than ever next season, and we will not be a team to play. And what I mean by that is we will make the playoffs next season, and we're going to be a major force.
Doug, get started on it. Appreciate your time.
All right, thank you.
All right, we had another caller trying to call in, and we're going to get them back on the call here if we can, since he does not have access to the post-game show audio at the moment.
Hello.
Hey, you're on the post-game show. Sorry I couldn't get you on earlier. Your opponent was hogging airtime, but you're the real winner tonight.
Yeah, not going to the playoffs, but I told him down. It'll probably be the toughest road that he has to go through, especially that Sharknado trophy is just too sweet here in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma City really dominated the second half, 14-14, outscored them 16-0. You finished the season 5-7. It's your best record since season 2, and you lost 4 games by a field goal this year. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I really overall I feel pretty good about the season. I learned a lot of things, mainly on defense. That's what is most improved. And now just work on figuring out my strengths on the offense, and I've done that at times this season. But just needs to be more consistent. But I want to give a shout out to Doug, though. I'm sorry, buddy, but man, what a great rivalry we got going, and I can't wait for more to come.
Sharknado 3.
Oh, and tell me, and his little brother, he says hi too.
Yeesh. Yeah, Sharknado 3 coming up in Season 8. We won't want to miss that. First time seeing Red Zone in action, what'd you think?
I thought it was really great. Now, the only problem I could foresee is on smaller venues, if you're trying to watch it on your smartphone or something. I know my tablet, even at full screen, it was good. It was really good. But if shrunk it down to get into the chat, with like a 6 split screen.
Yep.
It was a little difficult. But as far as the streaming, the content, the action around the league, I mean, bonkers, man. I was freaking going crazy. It was really, really exciting and really fun. I really loved it.
Yeah, I think a couple of people were saying they had it up on the big screen, and that obviously is ideally the way to watch it. We'll have to play around with some of these screen sizes and get that cleared up so that it's a little more clear on smaller screens. But good feedback. Good feedback nonetheless.
I really loved also, too, some guys were talking that because YouTube, I think, is technologically, if that's a proper term for them, more advanced than Twitch, because they're saying that you can actually drag it back and do replays on your own.
Correct.
And that's just awesome.
Can you go? Do you have to go back to the beginning, or can you go anywhere in the video and see it?
Anywhere you can. I dragged anywhere back and pick up from there.
Oh wow! And then you can just join the live call once you've gone back to look at something.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome.
It's really great.
Now I know
that everything was fantastic.
I know that you were watching on a tablet. I'm also curious too. We talk about the Twitch versus YouTube debate. Do you notice any difference in streaming quality? Or, I mean, we did have some laggy stuff tonight, but I don't think that was on YouTube's end. We just had a lot of large files we were working with tonight.
No, on my end, it was way clearer, and it was way more user friendly as far as the chat room, along with the streaming video. Right, it was all right there. I didn't have to open a box within a box or open a window within a window to try to get stuff going. It was just right there, and it was easy to log on. It was fast. There was no mega commercials in my way.
Yeah, those commercials bother me.
Yeah, so I didn't miss any action, and overall, I was more satisfied than with Twitch.
How sweet is it to get a huge game out of Bovine after people said, Doug Bose made Bovine what he was, and he's back to being his same old self. He had a monster game tonight.
Yeah, well, I specifically, because his secondary that he has, is not as strong as other people's secondaries as far as just players. I'm not talking about the way his team plays, but if anything, with having two linebackers, right, in their outside linebackers as well, it wasn't good for me to try to pound it with Brewski. It was good for me to just try to get out there and air it to the tight end, air it to the Mr. Gold, Mr. Bovine, and so I really worked on a lot of plays to get him the ball, and it showed.
No playoffs for OKC, but definitely a lot of improvement in Renegade Country. Thanks so much for your time, and good win tonight.
And thank you, and take it easy, buddy. Next year, Sharknado.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.
Open line still, 210-473-8428. We want to get all your calls. We want to get everything. I know Mighty RX was trying to call in earlier. Greg Morris was trying to call in earlier. We want to get all of your thoughts, opinions, views on how the SFL's Week 12 played out tonight on the SFL Red Zone. Of course, obviously tomorrow we've got Sioux Falls, Santa Fe. Carolina, Louisville will go straight to YouTube about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I would say. And we'll do our best to get all of these games up as quickly as possible so you can take a look at them in full, so that for those of you prepping for the postseason or future opponents, you'll be able to do that. Mighty RX, you're on the SFL postgame show.
Cam, how we doing tonight? Excited in Baltimore. We've won the division. It was a total team win. After the offense, had to find its ways a little bit. The defense held it down. Till the offense able to, realize that, wow, we have a game going. And so, yes, we're excited in Baltimore. We got home field against Dallas. Hopefully that helps us, because the last time we matched up was a tight ball game. Hopefully this home field advantage will give us a little edge.
Now, I know on Inside the SFL, you were like a kid in a candy store with this red zone. Did it meet your expectation?
Oh, this thing was amazing. It was beautiful to watch. I must have sent out so many, between text messages and Twitter, and just hit up as many people as possible, to just let them know what's going on in the red zone, in the SFL, to kind of pique their interest. And hopefully they showed their faces and were able to enjoy this night along with us.
So the Crabs will host a playoff game. You host Dallas. That was a very, very competitive game last time around. And if I remember correctly, Dallas got in the 30s on Baltimore, which has not happened often this season. What type of problems do they potentially give you in that first round matchup? And before you answer, first and first 30-point team against Baltimore since week 3.
Dallas. They presented some matchup problems with their spread type offense, with those 4 bronze receivers running all over the field and having to pressure Rocco, and with that quick release is a tall task. So I was just hoping my defenders would keep everything in front of them. And there were a couple of times where some Dallas receivers got behind our defenders, and once that happened, they couldn't catch up. So we're hoping to make some changes, a couple of tweaks to the defense, and being able to prevent the big plays and whatnot. So we're just, we'll move on to Dallas tomorrow. Tonight we rejoice. This is our first really division crown like that, as being a factor in the franchise. So I'm excited, and I'm happy by, the results that the defense were able to do this year. Being able to hold down opponents like that and affording us our offense not having to have, Dazo sling the ball all over the place like he did last year, so Snyder could be more involved. Because if you remember, last year Snyder didn't have such a good season between the injuries and and us having to, be in some ridiculous kind of shootout. So I'm glad to have been, to be able to be part of affecting the outcome, unlike last season.
As a coach in the league, obviously there are positives and negatives no matter how you broadcast a game. You don't necessarily get to see every single play live out of your squad. Was it noticeable? Did it matter to you as long as you have the archive, or are you set? What's your view on that?
Well, the red zone in itself is to me, it's a better package because, first of all, we get your pipes commenting on all the games at one time. Come on, who doesn't want that? And so, and also, the way it's presented, you're not really missing much of the action because anytime a big play happens, you do give us the chance to see the replay of the big play. Even though it might be a couple of moments afterwards, it's still there. And then for scouting and studying purposes for upcoming opponents, we still have the archives to reference and to prepare your playbook. Prepare your playbook with. So to me, this red zone is a thing of beauty. I'm excited. This preview was just great, and this off season, I'm talking about off season. You know what? We're gonna focus on today and celebrate, and then tomorrow we'll prepare. Tomorrow, while we're prepared for Dallas, we'll enjoy this battle between Santa Fe and Sioux Falls.
Speaking of the offseason, I do want to remind everyone that the deadline for applying for an expansion team officially using the official league application is tomorrow by the end of the Sioux Falls and Santa Fe game. So please, if you're interested in getting something together, you better hurry up and do it quick. Playoffs right around the corner. I'm not going to get your thoughts and comments on the gray because obviously you're biased. But what did you think about what happened in the teal tonight, and who do you see coming out of there?
Well, watching the games tonight, I had high hopes for Houston. Yeah, I'm talking to y'all. Yeah, y'all know who I'm talking about. I had really high hopes for Houston because I really like what Corky and Sim were doing, and DR Sim were doing over there. They ran into an angry Native American, and they just couldn't stop them. That and Minnesota, is now in the playoffs. Minnesota, whack. I will get it right. Minneapolis is now in the playoffs, having edged Houston. But even in the talk show, I said if the quarterback for Houston, I can't pronounce his name, I call him Scrabble. If he were to get too loose with that football and throw it, and Kimo Kaleko takes it away, that would spell doom for Houston, and that's basically what happened in that game. So, that conference, I need to see tomorrow night's game to see how Sioux Falls and Santa Fe plays out. I have an idea of how it's going to play out. If it plays out the way I think, Sioux Falls they got something over there. I really like I said on the radio show, I really like their build. I like their build, and I I understand the way they use their players.
Right.
So I really like the scheme that they're running over there, and that scheme is going to cause issues if you're not prepared correctly. So they've had a couple of hiccups. I want to see if another team can recreate the roadblocks that they ran into. And until then, that's my favorite over there.
All right, Mighty. Well, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much. Congrats on the number 2 seed in the Grey Conference and another brilliant performance out of your defense. And we will see you in the playoffs.
Thank you very much, Cam. And you rest up, man. That was hard work you put in today.
I am exhausted. But hey, if it's only once a week and it's showcasing the entire league, that's all right. We can get through it.
All right, that's up. You have a good night, man.
All right, man. You too. Bye. We'll take one more call if we have it. 210-473-8428 here on the post-game show. Cleveland fought valiantly, but Dallas able to overcome it. Still not enough. Baltimore gets the victory. In fact, Baltimore, Queen City, and Dallas, and Minneapolis all scored 24 points to win. Renegades and OKC had 30 points to win tonight. There was not a single team tonight score over 30. Just imagine what a red zone would be like in a shootout with a couple of games around the league. Unreal. One more caller comes from 903. You're on the SFL postgame show.
Baltimore, Queen City, and Dallas. Stephen Morax, Dallas Roughnecks.
Hey, Stephen, make sure you got it muted back there.
We're good.
All right. Dallas cleans up, gets a win, nothing flashy. Sorry, I miss a touchdown of yours in there. That was one of the that was a rarity on the night, but you got the win over Dallas. Couldn't get some help from the DC Dragons, and you get the matchup that you probably knew was going to happen, 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Well, let me tell you what, Cam. Right now, I'm looking up recipes for some creamy butter garlic crab. We're going to steam those crabs next week. We are ready. While Baltimore coaches are enjoying tomorrow's night's game, I've been game planning since last week, and we are ready to strike revenge on these crabs who eked it out on us the last time we were in their house. So you know what? I'm going to be dealing with crabs next week, both on and off the field. And what do you do off the field? It's called a prescribed ointment. And on the field, it's going to be the black and gray.
And a fired up Steven late on the postgame show. I love it. There's no better time than the playoffs.
See, I've been quiet. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say there's no better time than the playoffs, is there?
Absolutely not. And you know what? Next week, when I'm on the call with you, Cam, I have got to be unbiased.
You do.
So I've got to take my opportunity right now to talk a little smack to TJ, to challenge him. I know I'm your last caller. Sorry, TJ. Probably wouldn't call in anyway. But I've got to let you know, I'm bringing it to you next week, Crabs. We got the ointment. We're going to spread it on, and we're going to let it heal all game long.
We're going to have some fun next week. That's all I got to say. I don't know who our first game is.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
No, go ahead, Steven.
You know what? See, this communication issue here that we're having, we can't have that next week. So, luckily, we'll be sitting beside each other and won't have this lag. But, hey, let me go ahead and say this while I've got the floor here. Wonderful, wonderful demo tonight. It's the first time people have got to understand this, that this is the first time this has ever been done, probably in the history of man, how many games were played tonight and what Cam's poor computer had to go through to spit that out to you guys. We are going to, if I've learned anything about being in this league for 2 seasons and know anything about Cameron Irvine, he's going to figure out a way to get everything smoothed out in 2 months. In 2 months, it's probably going to look totally different just knowing Cam. Cam doesn't like to be stale. Cam likes excitement, and Cam's going to bring you something new and exciting every time you tune in. So I'm excited about what's going to happen tonight, which is a small little peek, like getting to look at your Christmas gifts before you get to open it. That's what this was. So be hyped for what's coming up, because this was just a little peek of what's to come.
I appreciate the compliments. A couple of things while I have you here. Ramos Lynn, owner of Santa Fe, obviously called you the Dallas Bumnecks. Would you like to respond?
Oh, okay. Well, I would respond, except that we responded earlier this season when we beat them. So I guess, I should be the more upstanding owner here and not even respond to that, just because we've handled our business there. You know what? We're not looking down to Santa Fe here. We're looking at some crabs. We're with some steamed crabs with that garlic buttery. It's going to be so good. Next week, I can't wait to go into the Old Bay, boy. It's going to be good, and we're going to eat good, both on and off the field. It's going to be fun.
Now, I feel bad because then Ramos Lynn, before he heard what you had to say, said, I would like Stephen to narrate my life. Well, I guess that's not on the table anymore. So, but
yeah, after what I just said, probably wants to change that.
Well, TJ said that it's not on the table because you don't speak Spanish anyway. So, pretty good stuff there. Pretty funny stuff there.
How does he know my life?
Let's hear some. He
doesn't know me. I'm gonna have to say that. Let me get back to you next week on that Spanish.
I don't know what Lynn's talking about. Yeah, you're a ball of energy tonight. I don't know this, Stephen Molinex. This is exciting. This is you are somehow giving me a boost of energy, even though I have nothing left to give.
Well, that's what I'm here for, buddy. That's what I'm here for. The tag team is going to happen next week. Just expect more of this, and we're going to keep each other energized and have a great time. How can you not have a great time when you've got SFL on Red Zone, when you've got SFL playoffs? I mean, you're not here in the chat room. You're not watching these videos unless this stuff gets you hot, gets you excited. And I'm hot and excited, boy.
And that ointment comes in,
crab.
Right?
I'm rubbing my belly right now. I'm ready to eat some crabs, boy. Woo, garlic, buttery. Next week, I'm going to bring it. I'm going to bring it. The Roughnecks are coming. Y'all get ready.
I care about my friends. Are you heavily intoxicated tonight, Stephen?
I might be. Who knows? You know what? I am. Actually, you're right. I am heavily intoxicated with something called the SFL. It's got under my skin. It's in my blood. Don't make me take a breathalyzer test right now because I blow roughneck. Oh, I didn't want to say that. Excuse me.
I think Call of the Year candidate potentially. Unbelievable. Stephen, we'll see you next week. It's a good time, buddy. Congrats on getting the playoffs, and we'll see you in Baltimore.
All right. Now, see you next week, guys. Thanks.
Oh, man. That's the way to end the night, right? Wow. Again, the final scores tonight as we wrap things up from the SFL headquarters in the DFW Metroplex. Baltimore, the number 2 seed in the gray with a 24-9 victory over DC. They eliminate the Dragons. Queen City did as well with a 24-20 comeback win over the Sailors. Dallas, the number 3 seed, beat Cleveland 24-14. The Maulers get a 24-17 win, securing the number 3 seed in the conference, but it was Orlando eliminating Houston with a 30-16 win over Tallahassee. And Oklahoma City played spoiler on Los Angeles 30-14, shutting out the Sharks on the road in the second half. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League and the SFL Network on YouTube. And this has been your first sneak peek at SFL Red Zone. Good night.